Well, 5.2 million Britons are working in low-paying jobs, marking a historic high percentage. Now, based on a report by the think tank Resolution Foundation, 22% of Britain's workers earn less than 7.7 pounds an hour. According to the report, most of the low-paid Britons have little to spend after their basic needs have been met. 27% of women and 17% of men are in low-paying jobs. Now, the report also shows that almost 25% of minimum wage workers have remained on that rate for the past 5 years. Crossing over to London, joined by Professor Binary Economics, Rodney Shakespeare. Thanks so much for being with us. Dr. Shakespeare, Professor Shakespeare, when I'm looking at these statistics, staggering actually for a country such as the UK, 25% of minimum wage workers have been in that situation for at least 5 years. What do you make of these statistics? Why are we seeing such high statistics with Brits holding low-paying jobs?
The government, the other governments, and all the universities no longer understand the modern economy, in which the capital instruments producing more and more of the wealth, and those instruments, the capital, is narrowly owned. The only jobs coming to existence, there are some well-paid jobs, but the mass of the jobs coming to existence are low-paid jobs. And then there are a lot of people with no jobs, or unemployed, or part-time jobs or something like that. This is the nature of a modern economy, and it cannot be solved by existing economics and existing government policy. And that's the essence of the matter. So the staggering figure that you gave are, yes, and going to get worse, and look at what's happening in all the other economies at the same time. You see, it's ultimately a failure of economic understanding, and frankly, forgive me, the only economics which understands and has a solution is indeed a binary economics.
So what does it take to transform that society? You're saying basically we'll continue seeing the same type of deterioration and pressure on the lower part of the society. So what needs to happen there in order to change things around?
Okay, there's an immediate need is just simply to get jobs, and that you can do that by using your central bank, your national bank, to put out interest-free loans into public capital projects. That will get jobs back. But the longer-term issue is the technological shift, and for that you need the mechanisms of binary economics to spread the ownership of capital, to spread the productive capacity, so that every individual, particularly women, do have a genuinely productive capital coming from a job if they have a job, from a business if they have a business, or from the full payout owning shares. That's the longer part. The immediate necessity is, of course, just to use that central bank supply, get the money out into public capital projects, take the money back and cancelling it. But doing that, you'll immediately create a lot of badly needed jobs. But there's a longer issue of broadening ownership in the society.
All right, love to talk to you a little bit more about this another time. Out of London, Professor Rodney Shakespeare, Binary Economics Professor.